I
Any
get rid
pictures or anything?
of pictures. You know, when you take carbon copies of stuff, I got pictures on. I got my prison card.
Do you have the prison card?
Yeah, man, serious, man. I don't get rid of nothing, man. Yeah, that's my prison ID.
Damn, that joint is old as hell.
I got a couple of those though.
Lenny, you've been home for a little bit of time now, and since being released, you've had some struggles. But one thing that I also want to mention is you're just now moving out on your own for the first time in 4 decades. You've been in your own place now for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And before we talk about the struggles, let's talk about what it's like for you to be living in your own place for the first time in so long.
Freedom. Freedom ain't free. You know, it's a rewarding experience because coming from, you know, living with so many inmates, you know, so many years, and then being released and coming out, going into transitional houses, living with other men, you know. Once I make the decision, you know, I think that I'm strong enough, you know, to move out on my own. Like I said, I've only been there in my own place now for 2 weeks. The struggle still continues, you know, but as long as I try to stay focused and surround myself with positive-minded people, it's going to be okay, you know. I know now I can, I'm not locked up. I can put that macho image, you know, I can put that to the side. And that was a big problem for me, you know, having walls up for so many years. And not now, you know, being out on my own, you know, it's like, it's a relief. But I still got to act like I am, you know. I'm living in an area, you know, where like I said, I've only been there a couple of weeks, but I can feel it. It's not the place for me, and my intentions are to move on, you know. But I just got to remain focused, you know. So that's my goal just for today, you know, to remain focused. You know, I just got to live by today, you know. Pray for tomorrow, but I got to stay focused today. You know, I'm still struggling, you know, because there are things I need. You know, I see people out here with, you know, the material things. But these people have been out here for years. They deserve this type of stuff, you know. But it's not about the material things for me, you know. I'm not a flashy individual anyway. You know, if I got to buy one item at a time in order to make my home, then that's what I have to do, you know. That's what I got to do.
What was the first day or the first night like in this apartment? Was it scary for you at all?
And the first night, to be honest, it was scary. And to be real, to be honest, I slept at the front door. Not in my bedroom, but I took the butler blanket off and I laid it directly in front of my front door because I kept hearing the house creaking. I swear to God, that's what I did. Yeah, it was scary, man. Yeah. And not knowing the apartment complex that I'm in, I slept at my front door. Yeah, I was scared. Yeah. But now I'm in my room, it's getting better. It's getting better.
With the amount of time that you've served and the short amount of time that you've been free, Lenny, what are some of the biggest things that you've struggled with outside of sobriety?
Oh, I guess being social. You know, being social because I don't know who's who, you know, who's real, who's not. I am somewhat, you know, I'm a introvert type person. I just don't clam on to anybody at a time. You know, I stays in the background. So being social is a problem for me. And try to, I don't know how to, lower my shields, because they say to be aware is to be alive, and that's a true statement, So, and dealing with my feelings and emotions, So I'm learning how to deal with all that stuff. I'm learning how to live, It's, with help, I get there. I'm not afraid no more to ask for the help I'm in need of.
What about work? How's work been for you?
Well, I'm on a social security benefits because of my mental aspects of being locked up for so long. So I do little piecework where I have a friend that owns a lot of establishments, a lot of businesses. And I've been going on, day-to-day basis with him, and he paid me about a week, and that allows me to get outside of the box. Just yesterday, the day before yesterday, we went to New Jersey, Delaware, and just riding, delivering, It was good to be up in, I say a country area is so open, or just standing around in the city. It gave me an opportunity to think what I really want to do with my life, It's good, I'm socializing myself with people who want something, who tried to build something of their lives. I'm no longer, hanging out with the people that actually recognize that don't want something, man, material things are not everything, but it's just that I need a peace of mind, away from that drug life, and family, I have a few family members. I don't have any children. That's another regret, that I have. But I kind of, sometimes I thank God that I didn't have any children, because I wouldn't have been much of a parent of the time that I had and where I was at. So that part, it was a blessing, but to have someone to carry your name, I'm kind of, yeah, I'll be up in my head about that as well. But, it must have been in the plans.
What are some things that you're hopeful of being able to accomplish now that you've got this new opportunity?
One of the transitional homes that I came from, which is my brother program, but he had a guy there who was the house manager. His name is Jerome as well. And he studied to be a peer recovery coach right now. Matter of fact, it's about to be over this week or next, about the end of the month. And he's very intelligent, man, and he's the type of guy that I'd like to socialize, I like to talk to, and we are on the same road because, addiction, ran so deeply into my family. So I chose to go to school for addiction counselor as well, so that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. Although I'm not at the age, but I know that I can still, have a few chicks left. So I want to reach out and touch somebody and try to help somebody in their addiction. They don't have to die out there, They don't have to do that, So if I can, offer some type of word of encouragement or just something, to help somebody else along, that is what I want to do, So I look forward to, helping, going to school, finishing school, with that degree. And that would be another accomplishment, that I would be proud of. Because, someone said, because I've been in a lot of recovery places, the only thing that they have ever completed, in their life was a jail sentence. And I don't want that to be me. I want to be able to complete something other than just a jail sentence. And I will, I will. I just got to keep believing in me and believing in the God of my understanding, because I know for a fact, without God's will, I would not be sitting here today. I would not be. Man's law said I was supposed to spend the rest of my life in prison with God at the time that I had, but God had other plans for me. What are those plans? I just got to be developed, a day at a time. And I see where it takes me. That's what I want to do, but I can't, see the outcome. So I just do what I can today, and be satisfied with that, what I can do for today. And I'm grateful.
We mentioned at the beginning of this that you have had some struggles since being released. And relapse, unfortunately, was one of those struggles. Mm. Would you share with us, what happened with that?
Yes, regardless, in my studies, it says relapse is a part of recovery, but it don't have to be, It's the choices and the decisions that I had made. I relapsed a couple of times, during this process, But it don't have to be a part of my story, a part of my program. There have been thousands of people who have been through some of the same things that I have gone through, have been, addicts, but they are doing well for themselves. They are not using. So it's been a struggle because I didn't want to accept, me, or where I was at, where I am at this point in time in my life. And sometimes the depression kicks in. Depression is real, But now I can identify when I'm falling into those depression stages. I can identify when I know what I have to do. I know that I can call somebody, and let those shields down. As I stated earlier, let that image go, and ask for help. And now I'm doing that, I'm doing that. But I'm clean today. I worry about tomorrow when I come to it, but today I haven't used, and I have no desire to use today. Yesterday's gone. I can't do nothing about it.
You had 27 years of clean time. You would get released. You would relapse, and now you've got 90-something days of clean time.
Yeah.
What do you do to pick yourself up when you fall? And what do you do to try to ensure that the last time was the last time?
I always say, I said, at one point when I was using, in the midst of my using, this is my last time. I literally said that. This is my last time while I'm using. And I'll wake up tomorrow and use, But the day that I can be sure that, that I have to prepare for, I got to do a daily maintenance on myself, daily, When I go back home tonight, I got to go back and go over my day's events to see, what could I have done better today? I got to do a daily basis on myself. I got to talk to someone who's, in recovery process, that helps me, I can't worry about, I relapsed. I did. Can I go back to say the reason why I used? Because I fucking wanted to. That was the only reason, But today, there's no good reason for me to use. Things are going, as well as expected. The struggle still continue, but it's not enough to make me use. It's one thing that I have, understood during this process. All times are not alike. All times are not alike for me. Today was a good day. How about when one of my friends did a little bit of work? Didn't have no desire to use. In this moment, I don't have no desire to use. So it's been a good day. It's been a good day.
One thing I want to ask you, something that I've asked people in the past, but, Lenny, what do you view your chances of being successful out here are on a scale of a 1 to 10? Do you think that you're going to make it, or do you ever fear that you'll go back to prison?
When you say a scale of success, because I'm not looking for big things, out of my life at this point. Sure, I would like to live a comfortable life, but I'm not looking for something that's scrappy. Have I thought about, reverting back to that old, they used to call me squirrel, He used to call me Squirrel because I used to creep people, you know, and they never see me coming and never hear me coming. Sure, I done had those thoughts, you know, especially, you know, the last couple of weeks. Like I say, my house is empty right now. I mean, literally empty. You know, yeah, I had those thoughts of picking that gun back up and go take what the fuck I need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had that, but it ain't worth it. You know. It ain't work for me. So, as far as put my life on a scale 1 to 10, you know, so I'm looking at an 8 right now. So the struggle, you know, it's real. But I got to keep believing in me.
Lenny, there's so much more that you can share with the world and so much more that you have to offer this world with this new lease on life. It's my hope to be able to continue to work with and feature you on After Prison Show and to get you in front of as many people who would be willing to hear your story. But as we wrap this up, I want to ask you one final question, and that is, you know, people are just getting an opportunity to meet Lenny. A 60-plus-year-old man who spent 43 years in prison, who has made plenty of mistakes. Lenny, as people get a chance to know you and to meet you for this first time, what is something that you hope that they'll take away from this? And what I'm asking is, you know, is there anything that you would like to leave everyone with?
One thing that I would like to say is regarding the struggles of life, you know, like I tell you, when I came to Baltimore, I believe that I moved into a community that was a hopeless community, you know, that I truly was a product of my environment. So I adapted to the things. You know, I don't, you know, believe that you are a product of your environment. You know, you don't have to go through the pain and suffering, you know, that I did. And in order to gain, you know, stability in life, you know, there was a lot of pain and suffering to this very moment. You know, just keep believing in yourself. I believe in me, in the God of my understanding. Will get me through it, man. Of course, you know, don't be afraid to ask for some help. Whatever area of your life needed. But you got to be aware of you and the things that you know, you feel, you know. So if you take anything from this, just believe in yourself, because I lost all confidence within me. Keep believing in yourself. So that would be all.
Have you regained that confidence in yourself?
It's been restored on a daily basis. You know, I truly believe that I can, you know, make it, you know, out here. It brings me back to that old movie. I forgot the name of the movie. Where there's a person who has spent so many years in prison, but he felt though that he couldn't make it, so he hung himself. Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption. What was his name?
Oh,
It wasn't Red.
I forgot.
Old man.
The old man, Ray, or something like that. Where he believed that, well, he had lost confidence, that he couldn't make it nowhere but on the inside. At first, I used to have those thoughts, you know, that I couldn't make it. You know, there was times, man, I was literally at a subway station, ready to jump in front of a subway because I couldn't bear the pain. And everything that I was trying to do seemed like doors was closing. But now I'm getting better with the confidence level, you know, and things are going pretty good.
Well,
pretty good.
It's going to be my hope to continue to work with you, Lenny, and to try to offer some positivity to you, and to just try to help offer you any kind of an avenue to stand a better chance out here and to really become the success that you can be.
Thank you, man. I know I can do it. You know, with people that's out here helping, there's so much help out here. But I just was one of those ones that didn't want to ask for help in certain areas of my life, you know, mental, physical, financial, because I thought that I could do that shit on my own. Fuck that pride shit. Pride almost killed me, physically, you know. So I asked for help. But the journey continues, as my next book will say. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.